Okay, so today's topic is about cropping of images. So in this cropping of images that we are cropping an image using an Python. So you can perform this function of Python either in one of the software like PyCharm or Colabtree using an OpenCV. So in a Python, you can crop the image using the same method as an NumPy array slicing. So to slice an array, you need to specify the start and end index of the first dimension as well as the second dimension. First dimension is always the number of rows or the height of the image, and second dimension is the number of columns or the width of the image. So this you have to remember that your first dimension which belongs to the row, or you can say the height of the image, and second dimension which belongs to the column or the width of the image. In this cropping, it goes with some conventions that the first dimension of a 2D array represents the rows of array, where each row represents the y coordinate of the image. So in this we can see that this is what the syntax for this slice and numpy array. Crop is equal to image in the array can have the basically the two dimension, that is a start row has a ratio with your end row, then the start column in the ratio with your start column with the end column. So this is what your syntax, and dividing an image into the small patches using cropping. So the same thing that is part of your patching that can perform with your cropping function. So in this we can use the loop to crop out the fragment from the image. Start by getting the height and width of the required patches from the shape of the image. So in that case you have to finalize the shape of image with your x and y axis, and after that you can decide that particular fragment, that is from your length and height of this particular image which start from your x and y axis. So in this you can load the height and width to specify the range, as I told you, till which the smaller patches need to crop out. So for this, we can use the range function in the Python, and you can crop using the two loops, one for the width range and other for the height range. So we are using a patch with a height and width of the 76 pixels and 104 pixels respectively. So suppose this is a example that I'm giving you, that is height of the image with the pixel size of the 76, and for the width it is 104 pixels respectively. So stride is one of the function that defines the number of pixels we move through the image for the inner and outer loop, which is equal to the width and height of your package that we are considering. So this we can see in the code also. So basically in this you can import the library of this OpenCV with CV2, and you can access that particular image, whatever image you wanted to crop, through this either from the internet or your drive or from your system, or your request for URL. You are accessing that particular image, you are writing it into the memory, you are reading it, you are showing it, you are resizing it, and finally when you are printing it or displaying will be look like that. And once you displayed it, next task is to cut or crop that particular image. So for that you have to define your x and y axis. So x is equal to integer with the input you are giving by your system, that enter your start point on x-axis, enter your start point on the y-axis, then your width with input of cropped image, that is you're entering the width for height of your cropped image. So cropped image which is equal to your start row and end row, start column and end column. So accordingly you are giving this image for the cropping purpose. So crop using the slicing and then plot this, right? And then you are showing that particular image and converting it's from the BGR to RGB channel, so or RGB model. So here you can display. It will initially ask you to enter your start point of x-axis, y-axis, your cropped image as 300 to for the width, and height is the 200. So if you try again to execute the same thing, you can execute it. Once you access this image and shown, your image will be displayed like this. You have to wait for the execution because it's mounting from the drive, or it get access from your internet through the URL, and then it will display or show that particular image. Once it is displayed, you have to set its XY axis with the cropped width and height. So you define its X and Y axis and cropped width and height, which is given through the input. So you are giving it through the input. You are executing this. So you're entering your x-axis from where you wanted to go to start from the cropping that particular image. 200 and 150. So likewise it will get cropped, means from x-axis it will start from 0, from y-axis it will start from 10, and that onwards it will crop with this width and height, that 200 pixel from width, 200 and 150 pixels from the height. So accordingly it will crop that particular image, and that image will be displayed over here. Thank you.